The next question, the member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Speaker. And my question is to the Minister of Health. Nurses who work full-time in healthcare with good union jobs, with benefits and what used to be good wages, are making the unimaginable decision to leave their jobs in hospitals to go to private temp agencies without benefits or protections. Remember, Speaker, that hospitals are forbidden by this Premier from paying fair or competitive wages because of Bill 124. Speaker, all nurses are paid for with public dollars. This Premier is making darn sure that private agencies can reach deep into the public money bucket. Hospitals want to keep their nurses and pay them fair and competitive wages. Why won't this Conservative government remove their public sector wage cap and let them?
President of the Treasury Board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This government will continue to make the historic investments into healthcare that we have since being elected, Mr. Speaker. This starts with ensuring that we have healthcare workers across this province, and that is why we have put forward programs that will, as in the fall economic statement, invest over $342 million to add over 5,000 new and upskilled registered nurses and registered practical nurses, as well as an additional 8,000 personal support workers. Mr. Speaker, this is on top of the investments we made to ensure that our health human resources across the province are appreciated by investing another $763 million to give up to $5,000 per person, which is almost equivalent to a 7.6% increase on the average salary to those healthcare workers in Ontario. We will continue to make the necessary investments in healthcare and health human resources across the province.
The supplementary question.
Speaker, and again to the Minister of Health. More and more hospitals like Lakeridge Health are forced to hire temp agency nurses to fill their shifts. Hospitals aren't allowed to pay their own nurses what they are forced to pay temp nurses working alongside their former colleagues. Hospitals are being held hostage by these agencies and are forced to pay whatever they demand. This is not about opportunities. It is a racket that is bleeding public tax dollars out of our healthcare system and into private agencies. Publicly paid for, privately delivered, Premier approved. Why won't this Premier scrap Bill 124 and allow hospitals to pay their nurses what they are worth?
President of the Treasury Board.
Mr. Speaker, this government will continue to make historic investments into healthcare. Let's take a look at this government's record and what the opposition has opposed every step of the way. Mr. Speaker, when it comes to hiring over 10,900 nurses since March of 2020, the members opposite voted against each of those measures. When it comes to making historic investments into capital infrastructure and building hospitals across this province, whether it's in places and cities like Brampton that were ignored by the previous Liberal government for 15 years, or cities like Windsor or Mississauga, the members opposite have voted no to $40 billion over the next 10 years and adding 3,000 new beds into the system. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to make sure that health human resources and healthcare workers across this province are supported, and we will continue to make those investments by working with our stakeholders in the industry. Thank you very much.